Drugs and alcohol continue to be a growing factor in the everyday lives of college students, but are we really aware of how these affect us? My name is Owen Wilhite, and I'm an 18-year-old high school senior. I'm getting ready to begin my final semester and begin my journey into college. I believe that my peers and I would benefit tremendously from better understanding the risks that we might face when we enter college. How do you think these could affect you? One of the main reasons that college students come to abuse drugs and alcohol is the ease of access that they have to it. Students encounter drugs and alcohol in almost every walk of life in college, whether that be a party or just a get together, something like that. There's almost always drugs and alcohol involved. In an article published by Julia Welsh, it reads, national survey data indicates that over 60% of full-time college students have consumed alcohol, and a staggering 39% report engaging in binge drinking in the last month. Binge drinking is when you consume 5 or more drinks in one sitting. This graph helps to show some of the reasons that college students are faced with this risk, with two of the biggest ones being curiosity and peer pressure. Another reason that we should avoid these risks are drugs and alcohol are the mental, physical, and social effects that drugs and alcohol have on the lives of college students. These students may suffer mentally from things like short-term memory loss, long-term memory loss, anxiety, depression, and most importantly, addiction. As stated by Courtney Glashow, college binge drinking can lead to depressive and anxious mental states for students. This shows that drinking doesn't actually help these problems. It makes them worse. Substances have physical effects too. These effects include the increased risk of heart disease, different types of cancer, and even in some cases, death. The CDC explains that drinking too much can harm your health, and excessive alcohol use led to more than 140,000 deaths and 3.6 million years of life lost in the US. These substances can also have effects on a student's social life. Drug abuse can cause isolation, and in some cases, people just don't want to be associated with someone who abuses drugs or alcohol. The Just Think Twice government website gives a few examples. They may not want to associate with someone who uses drugs or hang out with a group of people who abuse drugs or alcohol. And this shows that people just don't like to be associated with these things because they could cause them to get in trouble or other people to have an opinion on them that they might not want. It helps tremendously to be aware of the tools and resources around you that could help you or provide others with help. A really good way to eliminate the abuse of these substances is to limit the time you spend around them or time you spend in bars or parties and places like that. Sam Lafrogan says that students are exposed to drugs because of the party culture and the Greek life where abuse is more common. And in college, you see more drugs and alcohol used in places that there are parties taking place or fraternities and places like that. Even though some people don't believe it's possible, you can still find help even after falling victim to addiction. There are things like rehab or certain types of counseling that are there to help combat addiction. To wrap things up, I hope you better understand. I hope I helped you to better understand the roles that drugs and alcohol play in our lives. I know that seeing these things could create temptation, but there's never a positive outcome. For the most part, negatives tend to outweigh the positives. And with finding treatment, it's really not possible unless the user is ready. Thank you.